Hi, everyone. Um, I am here because, so I don't get a lot of pimples, but I have been getting more pimples. Primarily, I don't drink enough water. I've been getting out of the water gang and I need to go back to that. Look at how pretty my new mug, right? It's because of it was an art sale fundraiser for somebody's chapter. I don't know. I forgot. Anyway, so uh I bought this for my husband, but he decided he didn't want to use it. He tried it and he went back to his normal clean and clear. So this is called Kale's Blue Herbal Acne Cleanser Treatment. First of all, the only thing I like from Kale's is their cleanser. I've tried other things, I don't like it. And this is actually really, really good. And it lasts for quite a bit, for quite some time. Anywho, I'm here because I read Sister Soldier's book. 20 years after the coldest winter ever, I listened to Sister Soldier's interview. And on The Breakfast Club, I listened to her. I understand why it took her so long to come out with the sequel, Life After Death. And I don't know how I feel about Sister Soldier, but I do say, listening to her interview, I will say that I read Midnight and I absolutely hated it. I taught it 1 year when it first came out. I didn't read it before I taught it. And since I had students who really kind of enjoyed The Coldest Winter Ever, first of all, the only reason why I taught The Coldest Winter Ever was because it was between that and another book that I didn't like. And it was given the class at the last minute. And so I had to make a decision. And so I taught The Coldest Winter Ever. It was a book for me. It was nicely written, but it was a book that was hard for me to relate and to kind of grasp. I didn't hate the book, but for me to say that I love the book, like Eric Jerome Dickey or Fly Girl, that's not Eric Jerome Dickey, um, or like Waiting to Excel, like those to me, Tara McMillan, those are really nice, cheap thrill kind of a read. You can sit and just read. Like I am a huge fan of Tara McMillan and Eric Jerome Dickey. I can sit and read one of their books in no time. It is, uh, and even some of Zane, not all of Zane, but it is a mindless entertainment. And one of the things I like so much, I really loved about Eric Drum Dickey is most of his books are set in Southern California and at places that I'm familiar with. Anywho, I got off topic. The Sister Soldier, Midnight. So when I read Midnight, the reason why I mean, my gosh, the students rejected the book, especially Black men. Uh, did not find not one student who liked the book. And part of the reason why they hated the book the most was it just came off as judgmental. Like, I mean, Midnight judged Black people so harshly that it was such a turnoff. And I'll admit, I did not read the two sequels, the two books that came after that, because I frankly hated how he talked about Black people. Like he just didn't like them. He called them lazy. Like, I mean, it was just like, and how Black women, demean themselves and blah, blah, blah. And listening to Sister Soldier talk in the Breakfast Club, I can understand why she wrote Midnight, and because she is very judgmental about many things. She's judgmental, and some of it is a put off. I mean, granted, she has very strong opinions, but I can now understand why, to me, part of Midnight is her by far. Um, I say all that to say. And then the Portia story, I do have that. And it was okay. It's better than Midnight. This life after death. First of all, I get the Biggie reference. I see what you're doing. I'm not feeling it. I see it. I pick it up. I know what you're doing, and I'm tossing it on the floor because it's like, don't do Biggie this way. Don't do Biggie this way. Anywho, I hated the book. Like, I did not like this book. And 20 years I waited. This was such a disappointment that I cannot comprehend the level of disappointment. I'm even stunned that it took me so long to read it. It took me a couple of days. Uh, it took me so long because I was so uninterested. And I have this thing where when I start a book, I really do want to finish it. And honestly, the only reason why I get to the end is because I really am like, I keep thinking in my head with every chapter, this better not be how this ends. Like, you cannot let this, and I don't want to be a spoiler. I don't want to give a spoiler. Actually, I'll give a spoiler because, it's my channel. So I, the first two chapters is about her getting out of jail and she's getting this reality TV show. First of all, I don't know why she needs a reality TV show, but okay. She gets a reality TV show. She gets out of jail. She has all these recommendations, blah, blah, blah. Why would this chick who's been in jail for 15 years think that she was going to be able to hook up with Midnight is beyond me. She knows the man is married. She don't care if he's married. She still wants him to be there. It's like, the love of your life was a jerk to you and you still care, and why do we care? Okay, cool, we're gonna move past that, I guess. So she gets out of jail, 15 years, and then she has all these demands like, you gotta get my father out of jail. Excuse me, miss, it's reality TV. So she puts her friends on. She's like, I'm going to get them a role, and then, and this is how she discovered one of the people that she put on payroll and blah blah blah. Well, she gets killed. One of them kills her, and she's like, well, did she tell you how much she's making? And then blah blah blah. So my thing is, if the show is about her, of course she's making more money than you guys. But I guess when you lie with criminals, then this is what you get. And so I didn't understand any of that, and what transpired. But then again, I am not a criminal. So um, the whole entire, no, I don't want to say whole, I would say 95% of the book is her traveling in this eternal just eternal. She's not in hell, she's not in heaven. She's living out these experiences. She's traveling around in this um she's traveling around in this as a spiritual being. She's able to see Midnight. She's able to see she's able to discover who shot her, and she's like, okay, well, I'm dead, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, you can, and then the whole time I'm anticipating her coming back to her body and she's being alive. That's what I'm anticipating the whole entire book. And that's the only thing that gets you through every chapter, is like, this must end. And it's going to end. It is going to end. That is the only, and then and it's going to end, and it's going to get to stuff we care about. It's going to get back to, how is she going to survive on the outside? Because do you honestly think you wait for 20 years for a new book, and we get Winter having these fictitious experiences in the spiritual life? That's what you think we wanted? We didn't want that. We didn't want that. And thus, if you want to tell me that this is a metaphor, that if you want to give me all this spirituality stuff, I'm letting you know right here, right now, The Coldest Winter Ever and the sequel are not things, are not places that I am interested in hearing, reading, imagining my spirituality. I come to this looking for trash. I come to this looking for hood experiences. I don't come to this looking for some spiritual awakening and awareness. And let me tell you, the one part that I was just like, what in the heck am I reading? There is a moment where she turns into a dog. And the dude that she is with at the time is sexually pleasing his dog. What in the entire hell am I reading? And I was like, so we get into bestiality? Like, as much, I mean, excuse me? That's what we're doing? I would never read anything that is pertaining to bestiality. Like, this book, Jesus, this book was so not good on so many levels. Like, it was so highly anticipated, and we got this. I don't want to hear anybody's excuse or reasoning and why I should feel differently. Save that for another channel. Save that for somebody else's comments. Like, I literally I don't want to have this, no, save it. Save it for somebody who cares. I'm not the one who cares. I am thoroughly disappointed, thoroughly upset that I had to subject myself to reading this. I didn't have to, but I did subject myself to reading this book. And I am annoyed. I am disappointed. I mean, I can't say more negative things about the book. Like, I yeah, man. That's all. Have a great afternoon.